author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome and good Monday morning to you. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, and thanks so much for joining us. All of you folks on the West Coast listening in on the radio, thanks so much for doing so. And if you're catching us on the archive up in the New Hampshire area, thanks so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. And for everyone else, you can be watching us live on TigerTV. Well, actually, all of you can watch us live on TigerTV because this show is archived on Channel 14. But if you're listening now and you'd like to be able to watch the charts that I'll put up or anything visual, go to the homepage at tfnn.com. And in fact, if you're doing that from one of your devices like an iPhone or an iPad or an Android device, over in the right-hand side, you will see a little area where you can click on that. You'll be able to watch the new streaming video system that we've got set up here. It's absolutely fantastic, really marvelous. It's a great way to be able to learn and help in the educational process. And the reason why you want to be able to do this visually, folks, is because, it's about 20% of what your brain retains is visual. Okay. And about 20% of what your brain retains is audio. But here's the thing. It increases to 50% when you're actually doing both. Right now, you're probably going to be looking here at my favorite spot on the entire planet. And to be able to just visualize it in your mind is one thing. To be able to put the image right up in front of you, it's everything. This is my favorite angle, my favorite spot in Lanai, Hawaii. This little rock right here, that's my favorite rock. It helps me to put me in a state of being rock solid. If you can look back here, you can see the island of Maui, so if you want to get back to some kind of civilization, if you will, because on this island here on Lanai, there's only about 4,000 of my closest friends. But over here, over in Maui, you got maybe about, the population is much larger than it is on Lanai. So, folks, it's all about visualization. So check us out on Tiger TV. And had a great weekend. I hope you did as well. I know all of the folks listening in Denver, they're hooting and hollering. They're having a good weekend. And really anybody who follows football and your team won, you're having a good weekend. And if you're in the markets, right now from a market standpoint, you've got the Dow futures are down over 100, about 120. S&P down 14. NASDAQ futures down 24. You got King Dollar up 63 ticks. We'll go tool around the markets. We'll see what's going on there. And I had wonderful emails from the listeners that were listening in on the Friday shows. I sat in with Tom on Friday from 4 to 6, had a blast. We always have a blast. In fact, you want to stay tuned because following this show, you've got the Money Masters with Tom and myself. Basil Chapman follows that from 11 to 12. Larry Pesavento from 12 to 1. David White, 3 to 4. And Tom, again, from 4 to 6. And had a tremendous number of emails. I was sharing the chart going back in the 1932 area, where we were just simply taking a look at how the Fibonacci sequence, the sacred geometry numbers worked back then. They work right now. And it's so important for you to be able to use that as a tool in your trading to understand where the markets are going. There's other triggers out there. There's that full moon, folks. Full moon. We had this wonderful full moon come in on Saturday. If you were up early, you could have seen part of the lunar eclipse that was on out there. And absolutely, we take a look at these markets. We want to understand the lunar cycles that are going on out there. Why do we want to understand the lunar cycles? Well, folks, if I put those up on my screen here, you're going to get a pretty decent feel for it. What you're going to see here is a chart, and I've got many different charts where I've got lunar aspects or astro aspects laid out over each of the days when they occur, just to see if there is some type of competitive edge, because it isn't really a competitive edge that you're looking for in life. Whether you're trading or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're undertaking, it's all about being able to find an edge. It's all about being able to master probability, in my opinion. And so when we take a look, we knew that we had a full moon lunar eclipse coming in on Saturday. And so now the question was, from a cycle high standpoint, was that going to be Friday? Was that going to be Monday? Well, the way that I like to use these lunar cycles, folks, I like to put them together with some other pattern that's out there. And a retracement pattern, a Fibonacci pattern, is absolutely wonderful. And what we had was 786s all over the place. That's one of the Fibonacci contraction numbers that you want to look at. And so now, that's the lunar cycles that are out there. But before I, totally get into the markets, because I've had really such wonderful emails out there, it's all about, I had a great call last week with one of our listeners. He's done some business with us in Tiger Metal Exchange, and we spoke on Thursday, and he called me Mr. Happiness. Now, that was I thought that was I took that, I appreciated that comment. It is absolutely the way that I live, the way that I work, and really the question becomes, what is happiness all about? What is happiness all about? And I think that happiness boils down to really, let's say, two primary things. If you want to have ultimate happiness in your life at any time, it's just simply about being happy with who it is that you've become in any area of your life. And if you take a look at it, you can break your area down into wealth, health, and relationships. Really, we cover it all here at TFNN. And if you just break it down and chunk it into those three categories, folks, you can take a look at your happiness level, your happiness meter, if you will, in each of those levels. Now, how else is it that you can create happiness? And it's really important. We're in the holidays. I think I saw on the tube, I wasn't really paying attention, but 12 days till Christmas, if you will. Amazing how fast time is clicking by. And so what else is happiness really about? If you want to be able to have happiness think about it like this in your trading. Let me pose this question to you because you can answer it. When are you the happiest when you're trading? Now, some of you, maybe your answer might be, well, when you're making money, right? Well, what that is, that's progress. You've put on a trade. Hopefully, you've used a stop. Hopefully, more importantly, you've used a money management system. But you're happiest in your trading when your trade is going in your direction, right? Or am I right? Yes or yes? Absolutely. Why? Because you're making progress. Well, take that and just simply apply that to every other element in your life. Maybe you're not happy with who you've become in your health or your wealth or your relationships. But the key, folks, the key to happiness maybe isn't so much the destination, but it's the journey. And it's the journey of making sure that you're making progress. So you've tuned into the right spot, folks. You've tuned into the right person. If you want to be able to make progress in your trade and you want to understand what's going on in these markets, because we're going to do that today. Why? Because you're under my care, guidance, and protection during this hour and any hour that I'm with you, folks. And if you're with me from a newsletter standpoint, well, then you're under my care, guidance, and protection 24/7. Now, what I've got up on the screen here is I've got the euro, because that's really all that we need primarily to take a look at to understand what's going on in these markets. And what you'll see in the blue shaded area, you'll see a Gartley buy pattern with wonderful sacred geometry that came in on this. This came in and it finished and completed the pattern right during this is an hour and 20-minute chart. So it did it during the time frame of about by 12 noon. I think it actually came in right at around 11 o'clock. But on the hour and 20-minute chart, the 120-minute chart here, hour and 20-minute, 2-hour chart, I should say, 120-minute chart. It came in during the 12 o'clock session. Now, the low on that got to was 1.328, and that was really right where our target range was. And when you get a Gartley buy, what you notice here, you've got this nice expansion, this nice 1.618 expansion. You've got this 786 retracement. You're looking for those numbers. When you see those numbers hit, folks, you can expect some type of turn. Now, what you typically get when it's completing a Gartley buy pattern or a Gartley sell pattern is you will typically get first the 0.382 retracement, and you can see that's exactly what happened. This came down and it retested itself back around the 4 a.m. time frame on December the 9th, but it got right up to the 0.382 area by 6 in the morning on December the 9th. It came in there with some conviction, as you can see. During that next trading session, it tried to pounce its way all the way up to that 0.618 area, right up in here. That is a normal retracement of any Gartley buy pattern. Once you get up to that area, and you can see here, in the case of the euro, it didn't get all the way up there. It got up pretty close, and this behaved properly. Now, what do we have here? Well, you can see what we have here. I could probably just go ahead and erase the Gartley buy because that piece of it was done. I don't look at this as being a failure of the Gartley buy pattern. The failure would have been right here as we were coming down into the 12 noon session on December the 8th or shortly thereafter if this thing would have failed. But because we got the bounce up to that 0.618, in my line of work, the way that I take a look at these patterns, that actually worked. Now, this area here is not holding. This was a 0.786 retracement. when you get below that 0.786 retracement, what's next? Well, it's that move of a move that Tom has taught us all about. And you're coming back here on the 120-minute chart to the 10 a.m. time frame on November the 25th. The low out there, 132, 113. You're trading right now at 132, 422. You are inside the top of that swing point. That's this red line that's going across right here. And the other thing that I've got noted here is I've got this area here noted where I believe this is where the Federal Reserve came out and said that they were going to go ahead and open up their swap lines because everybody needed what, folks? Everybody needed this. Everybody was trying to get a little bit of this in their life. They were trying to get King Dollar in there. And so you know how many King Dollars since the Fed opened up the swap line? And when Tom and I do the Money Masters, I know he's doing even some more work on it. We'll talk about it. The swap line used to be $400 million. And I believe it's within that first week, folks, went up to $50 billion. You think there's a little demand for King Dollar? Absolutely. Everybody wants a piece of Tom, if you will, huh? So King Dollar is what it's all about, and you really want to understand what's going on in the currency marketplace because that's what's driving what you see in the marketplace. How do I know that? Well, you know, I know that because of facts. And the facts are, as soon as I put up the ES mini chart here, you'll see that for a second. You're going to see the correlation between the S&P, the ES mini chart, and King Dollar. The blue line there is King Dollar, folks. This is a 5-minute chart, so you'll be able to see it clicking away. It's relatively active, and I've had to invert the King Dollar index. Why? Because that way, when the dollar goes up, the market goes down. So to invert it, you can see how it tracks with each other here. And you can see right now that the market is moving down. You got the S&P's down 15, NASDAQ down 27. Got the full moon cycle, folks. Ow! We got the full moon. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Absolutely hope you had a wonderful weekend out there. Got in some of your shopping. Hopefully you're helping all of your local businesses. You know, had some great emails from some of the listeners about how to keep things in their own neighborhood, if you will, in their own area. And so when you think about the gifts that you're buying for folks, you know, try to keep it local. Think about the things that are really needs, a way to be able to help business and help the person that you're giving a gift to. So whether it's a hairstylist, a spa that that somebody might frequent, go ahead and buy the certificates or a gift card for that, or any type of services in order to be able to keep local. Maybe that's even restaurants or what have you, because the more that you can keep it in the community, and sometimes that's a lot better than some of these other tchotchkes that you've got out there. Now, what are you going to buy stuff with? Well, you're going to buy it with King Dollar. And King Dollar right now, it's on the move. King Dollar right now is trading out at $79.29. And what's interesting here to me is you've got King Dollar trading above the high that we had on Friday. The high on Friday is $79.18. We're trading at $79.29. This has gotten as high this morning as the $79.39 area. Now, market was up 186 points. We're not down 186 points in the futures just yet, so you can expect a little bit of a roller coaster ride. But, this is an absolute bullish chart. Every time it creates a little bit of a bullish. The only bearish thing that was created out here was this evening star candle, 3-day pattern, this Three Rivers evening star. And once we got above that area, because that was going to be resistance, and when you get above resistance, it becomes support. Or if the market's going down the other ways. And what you can see in this area here, this area has held as a support line. And what else? We've created a bullish engulfing pattern. So now the low there of 78.06, that's really your support line. The dollar's not been able to even make it down there. We're trading above that area right now. We're trading above it with what looks like a little bit of conviction out there. That's what's going on with King Dollar. We saw the correlation going on in the markets. If we go take a look at what is going on inside the futures marketplace right now, we take a look at the futures. We'll pull up on the screen here. You've got the S&P futures first up on the screen, and it's really helpful to understand these candle patterns when in your trading. And it doesn't matter whether you're trading on a daily, a weekly, a monthly, a 10-minute, a 5-minute. These candles really help. These candles have been around for thousands of years, and these candles really help to identify. Some candles are better than others, and these candles really help to understand what's going on in the marketplace. A reversal pattern candle out here is called the shooting star. We had that happen on all of the futures futures contracts as well as the indexes out there. If you go back to the December 2nd time frame, you'll see those shooting stars out there. The top of that becomes a resistance area, and you can see how well that this is held inside the ES Mini. This is on the daily contract right now, trading out at 1243.25. If we go take a look at the other indexes out there in the futures marketplace, you've got here, you can see the NASDAQ, where you can see how this is held. The NASDAQ has absolutely been the weakest out there with regard to being able to get back to that October 27th date. You can see you've got a shooting star up here. Now, this was penetrated a little bit on the Russell 2000, only for about let me see here, the high of this was penetrated. I don't know if I guess there was a close above it, just slightly above it for 1 or 2 trading sessions. You had a close above it in the Dow futures contract. That's what we've got down here on our screen. And so if we just take a look at, let's take a look at the Dow futures. Let's go back and find the October 27 time frame. We're looking at this candle right here, folks. And you can see on the Dow futures, you get the high of 12,228, the low of 11,806. The 12,228 was tackled once. It was tackled here on the December 7th. Tackled, you know, we're talking, it's football season, right? So it was, you went above it and you closed below it. And where it closed, the futures marketplace, it closed at 12,214. Again, the high on the 27th was 12,228. And now we're trading below it. And if you're short in the marketplace, you know, what you really want to see is you want to see the Dow futures contract get down below 11,806. If we go take a spin, let's take a spin around the world here before we go to break. If we take a look at what's going on in the world, I believe it's the DAX that's going to show up on my screen first. And you can see the DAX. Now, what the DAX did is this made a retracement. I believe it was pretty close to a 0.786 retracement. And now we're retracing on our way down. And you can see the first area. Normal area of retracement is at 0.382. That's in this 5890 area. And I think it's 5890. And right now, well, you're trading out at 58.47. It looks like it was 58.60. Our next stop right down here inside, I would say right about the low, right around that 56.90. That's where the DAX is headed. Folks, I tell you what, if you go take a look at the Shanghai is telling us there are problems in River City. 877-927-6648. We'll go see how this market is going to open, or give me a call. We can look at your stock as well.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
We're off to the races. You've got the Dow down 117, S&P down 15, Composite down 37, small caps are down 13%. Small caps leading the charge on the way down 1.78%. NDX 100 down 29 points right now. King dollar up 67 cents. Gold, we'll go take a look at gold in a little bit, down $45. Silver trading down $1. I think silver's coming right into a support area. We'll go take a look at that. You got light sweet crude trading out at 98.01, down $1.40. And the DAX is off 151, the FTSE off 61, and the Shanghai, folks, that's what I've got up on my screen, down 23 points. Now, what you're looking at on the screen here is you're looking at a weekly chart. And I was pointing this out last week. I might have been during the show that Tom and I were doing when I was a guest on his show from 4 to 6, or perhaps it was during the day on one of the other shows. But what I've got here on the weekly chart, we're going to want to see how this weekly chart plays out. But right now, you've got the Shanghai trading below its July 2010 area. Why is that important? Well, it's important for us to understand that right now, our next area of real support that we've got is that October 4th date. You know, you go take a look at most charts out there, most ETFs, most indexes. October 4th is a date that has got a high volume low that, if you were bullish, you want it to be tested. And if you're bearish and you're short, you certainly want it to be tested, to give you some type of information. Now, what's important about that? Well, what's important, folks, is when that low gets broken, and do I believe it's going to get broken? The charts are saying it's going to get broken, and so I'll go with the charts. And when that area gets broken, where are our markets going to next? They're going to the July 2010 time frame. Well, Shanghai, if China is going to rule the world, or at least their markets, or what have you, what the Shanghai is saying, not so fast, if you will. So right now, the number that you want to watch on the Shanghai, 2431.61, closed out today at 2401.67. So again, this is a weekly chart, so it doesn't close until, that is held so far. But you can see you've penetrated that now. What does that mean? Well, it means I don't have the volume on this, but we'll take a look, and we won't be able to have the weekly volume until the end of Friday. And when we take a look at that, if it continues to trade below, this may be confirming an A to B equals CD down. Where's it going to take you to? That takes you to the 2116 area. At 2116, folks, that happens to be the 0.786 retracement right in here. That is nothing more than a normal move, a normal A to B equals C to D. that would be a Gartley buy. And as we're coming into that area from a volume standpoint, if this pattern here completes, then you'll want to be all over those ETFs. I think they're the FXP or something like that, but of course that might be the currency. It's one of those ETFs out there, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Again, you got the Dow's off 120. Let's go take a look at the ETFs that we've got out here in our markets and see where it is that we're trading, where it is it looks like we're going into, what kind of. I won't have the volume. We'll go dive down and take a look at some intraday time frames on here. If we take a look right now at the diamonds are the ones that we want to pay attention to, and we're taking a look here at the swing point on the October 27th area on the. Is this the diamonds I've got up here? Yeah, 120. Sure it is. Okay, so the diamonds, what you're looking at here is on October 27th, you're looking at the swing point low, 120.45. You're trading right now at 120.62. And what you want to see, if you're bullish, you want to see that low get tagged, 120.45, and hold. And you want to be able to see it on less than 12.8 million shares. You get a close below that, folks, then what you're doing is you're really setting up, coming down into this November 25th time frame. You can see you've got two open gaps out here. Boy, time just flies. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll continue to tool around these markets, or give me a call. We'll go take a look at what's popping. GlaxoSmithKline right now up 39 cents, trading out at 45.05. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the Money Game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the Money Game, risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow off 116, S&P's off 15 right now. You got the composite down 39, small caps down 15. And let me give you a thought, an idea, if you will, for any of the Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday cards that you send out to folks. And what's so important, folks, is to recognize the best in others. So instead of just buying a Hallmark card, nothing wrong with buying a Hallmark card, go ahead and buy a Hallmark card. But there's always space inside those cards. And what I want you to do is I want you to be able to truly put something meaningful in there other than just signing your name and the message, that some writer from Hallmark put in there, or any other card that you do. And what I want you to do is I want you to recognize the best in others. Why? Why would I want to do that? Because, the more gratitude, folks, that you've got for the gifts that make them precisely who they are, what do you think's going to happen? The more you express that gratitude, what do you think's going to happen? How do you think they're going to feel? Do you think they're going to feel more alive? Do you think they're going to feel more fulfilled? How about you? You'll feel more alive. You'll feel more fulfilled. And the more you're able to appreciate someone else, folks, the more they will be able to appreciate themselves. So do that in any of the cards that you're sending out there. I appreciate your presence here today. And just quickly, what you've got on the screen here, folks, is you've got the 4 primary ETFs for the indexes out there. So you've got the diamonds, you've got the SPYs, you've got the Qs, you've got the small caps. Now, what we're really paying attention to here, from a clue standpoint, is really the diamonds. As before we went to break, we were talking about the low there, the 120.45. You're trading right now at 120.63. Why? Because when we take a look at the SPYs and the small caps, they have both tested. If you take a look at my screen, you'll see on the lower portion where I've got the volume, you'll see a red bar going across the bottom. And so you can see here, if you're looking at the SPYs, every time that the SPYs came into the October 27th swing point, you could say, did it on lighter volume. Did it on lighter volume. Sometimes we had a rejection. We certainly didn't have the volume or conviction behind there. And you can see we're trading below that. If you take a look at the small caps, that's where my cursor is right now down here on the bottom. What you can see, again, here's the volume line, if you will, from the October 27th high out there. You can see as the small caps got into that swing point, did it on lighter volume. You're now trading below that. The Qs, the NDX 100, in essence, never got up to the October 27th swing point. Why is that important? Well, if we go take a look at the Qs on a monthly chart, you'll see that they led the charge all the way up. But when it comes now to this important date, this October 27th high out there, the 17 planetary index date that is out there, the Qs couldn't even get all the way up there. In fact, if you just simply go, let's just blow the Qs up here right now, and if we take a look at the Qs from the October 27th area all the way down to the November 25th, what you'll see is they didn't even make it all the way up to the 0.786. 0.786 retracement would have been 57.85. So I pose this question to you, folks. Is what leads us up what's going to lead us down? Is this, from an ABC standpoint, making an ABC down? Here, folks, where you've got the go from the October 27th area down to the low of November 25th, come up here to the high in the Qs that it made on December the 5th, and we take a look at that A to B equals C to D. Let me go ahead and get rid of this one retracement, this one Fibonacci out there area. Let me delete that. Now let's go take a look, and let's go draw the retracement tool all the way down from that low there of October 4th all the way up to the high that we've got on October 27th. And you'll see that 0.786 is 52.04. The 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D, which it looks like the Qs are on their way to doing that, is 51.31. So your range, your target range on the Qs is going to be 51.31, 52.04. Makes a lot of sense. Why? Why does it make sense? Because you've got this high volume area here on the Qs. The top of that on October 24th, 52.29, 136 million shares. It has not been tested. So now you've got an A to B equals C to D completing that range. You've got a 0.786 retracement completing in that range. And what you'd want to see, just like we're taking a look at on the top here, if you're bullish, folks, what you want to see here And it doesn't matter whether you're bullish or bearish. Really, what you're looking for is you're just looking for the market to give you information with regard to what your next trade should be. And so what you want to be taking a look at is what's going to happen as the Qs come into that October 27th area. You want to see it get into, from a bullish move, what you'll want to see is you want to see it to get into at least 52.28. The high is 52.29. Tag that, close back above it on less than 136 million shares. Then you might be able to pull the trigger and go long. And if you close inside that swing point, what's it telling us? Well, it's telling us that you're going to want to go down to that 50-10 area. But you've got to do a little bit more work than that. And the more work than that is if you go take a look at the Qs, the top 10 stocks inside the Qs represent, 55 to 60% of the entire index. Who's leading that? Well, who's leading that is Apple. Let's go take a look at Apple and see what Apple here is doing today. If we take a look at Apple, you can see Apple here is just simply, let me get rid of a little bit of stuff out here on this Apple chart. Let's go see what kind of retracement Apple has made from its island reversal, which was October 17th high, all the way down to the November 25th area. And what we can see on Apple, so far Apple, it's trying to make its way up to the 0.618 retracement, a normal breathing pattern, a normal retracement. That would take it to 402.49. Apple right now trading out at 392.87. So 392.87 to get to 402.49 would be easy to do in a heartbeat. From Apple's standpoint, Apple right now is, however, what Apple is doing is Apple is going in to the November 10th bar. You can see it has 26 million shares. Looks like Apple, the high there was 397.21. Did Apple get over that? The high was 396.41. Didn't make it over that on December 5th. Came into that with 12 million shares. You're trading inside this candle right now. So, no information really given to us. That candle, again, being the November 10th time frame. And you can see that's the last time that Apple had some significant volume. It also had some volume up here as it gapped down to create that island reversal candle on October the 19th. I will tell you, if you want to really go take a look and try to understand where the Qs are going, go take a look at Apple and go back to the February 2011 timeframe. Why? Because that was the last time that Apple made an island reversal pattern. And what happens in these marketplaces, what happens with inside these charts, these stocks, go back and take a look at patterns that are present in the past. Why? Because oftentimes that will lead you to where that chart is going to in the future. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow off 109, S&P's off 14. We'll be right back, folks.
Look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and you want to stick around today because Mondays are absolutely incredible days here at TFNN. What a lineup we've got following this show. In just a few minutes, you're going to have Tom and myself doing the Money Master show, and then in the bullpen today, we've got Basil Chapman. And then after Basil, you've got Larry Pesavento from 12 to 1, 3 to 4, David White. I was just trying to combine the two of them. And then Tom taking us home from 4 to 6. Now, when I was doing Tom's show on Friday with Tom, when I was sitting in with Tom, one of the things that we were taking a look at was, and I mentioned this earlier, we were taking a look at the 1932 area, and I sent out, had a number of emails, and I sent out a special report to those listeners. In fact, if you'd like a copy of that, you can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. I'll be happy to go ahead and send that report out to you as well. And what I included in there is also this area here. You know, you hear me talk about the October 27th area where we had that 17P index date. So let me share something with you, another piece of information that maybe will make you say, something to think about, especially while you've got the Dow down 150. And we'll pay attention to volume. But the P index date that most represents, and we've only had 20 since 1800 so far. So in fact, from 1800 to 2100, there'll be 35 days where you have 17 planetary indexes lined up on the same day. And October 27th was number 20. September 23rd, 1939, happens to be another one. So what's interesting is the high that was made out here was on October 25th, 1939. Now, there was a previous high that was out there. You can see this nice 1.618 expansion of a swing point, which is pretty cool. And there was a high on September 13th, 1939. Then the last high after that was made, folks, was on October 25th. October 25th, 1939. And right now we're always talking about the October 27th date. Pretty interesting. Now, that being said, why do I point out that date? Well, I point out that date because we are talking about Santa Claus rallies and things of that sort, right? We're talking about a pre-election year. Is that right? Well, 1939 happened to be a pre-election year. Certainly, 9/23/39 in this area here was preceding a Santa Claus rally, wasn't it? Do you see much of a Santa Claus rally out here? Do you see it even getting up back to the high of that October 25th date? No, of course you don't. There's that red line going across here from the September 23rd time frame. Never even got back up to that. That's why you want to be paying attention to this pattern. Does that mean because this happened here that what's going to happen in our markets is going to repeat itself? Well, I don't know. Do you believe history repeats itself? Do you believe that you have certain patterns that exist in your life? Absolutely you do. But do you want to be paying attention to this? I think that you do, because what you're going to hear from a lot of folks out there is you're going to hear about Santa Claus rallies. You're going to hear about it being a pre-election year. Well, how about if you went back and you had this piece of information where you knew you had another 17 planetary index date that was out there? You could see what happened with regard to it being a pre-election year. This was the year, I believe, that 40 was when FDR was given his third term as president, a pre-election year. And did the markets go up in a pre-election year? No, they didn't, folks. In fact, look at how this thing fell off of a cliff. It did that in May of 1940. So I just present this to you. If you'd like a copy of this chart, I think you should have a copy of this chart, whether you're trading, whether you're investing, especially if you're not using stops. You can just send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. I will be happy to send out that special report to you. Folks, thanks for being here with me. I absolutely love being here with you. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up in about 8 minutes or so. You got the Dow down 157, S&P's down 18, Composite down 46, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.